Yeah, let's have a little look. And we are back to the normal kind of allies and Axis. We don't have the Russian squads on this, so it's kind of as you know the game to be. That was basically just Vanguard, and I'm sure there'll be more of those kind of Russian-style maps coming through, but the allies are very much as expected on this. So,
All right, it's time to start the party.
yeah. For me, I get this map. I think is just it looks beautiful. For one, like the color palette, just to be that person is damn beautiful, and it's just like digital vibrance. You'll just have like a glowing map here. So I want to see how this plays out though. This sort of close.
So it starts early doors with what seems to be a bit of a lean down middle from the attacking side. Good to catch any early defense aggression.
Sanev seems to be the one receiving a lot of attention, as is Road. Road maybe getting a little bit too far ahead of himself there, trying to maybe get hungry into this. And the patience coming out from Brahma's team is kind of surprising. They were a little bit more noted in being very aggressive, very quick to run in. They just want to kind of get everything going. So I'm wondering if that patience might pay off eventually.
Nice work from Sanev. Nelios gone, and so Alex was willing to take that fight. They have to attack. They have to come to Sanev, but he's not shying away from this duel if Alex chooses to give it to him.
I'm wondering where this bomb's going to go. They seem quite I don't want to say
It's
hesitant,
slow.
but they're
I mean,
very patient.
We just talked about this, like this is a smaller map, but then I guess you also have to realize there's a lot of angles you have to clear, especially now you can have that verticality. Those balconies exist, and now they pick up the pace. Towards A they go. Bomb in the hands of Tuna, but Howard is lying in wait on the side. Trog has the high ground too. This is going to be very hard for Rez and Tuna. And Howard's already taken down one. Falls to Rez, and he's gone as well. Howard, patience prevails, and it's a nice little double kill to win the one. Pick up the first.
Yeah, I think that's, again, we saw a little bit of those rooftops coming into play, especially for the defending side. I think that'll be a little bit more commonplace as we go forward, maybe get those rifles out. Although it seems like a very heavy lean for the defending team into the SMG purchases. They're going straight into investing into that, maybe feeling that is your best attempt in these close quarter maps. Maybe that bodes a little bit better.
I mean, nades, right? It's such a valuable currency, and bringing into the second round, they've got SMGs, but they've also got those double nades they're probably going to be chucking out. Brammer's throwing one of his own.
Nice nade from Howard. Third nade coming through.
But they push on. Oh, he's walking into a crossfire. This is going to be a brawl in middle. What is this? Roadkill 1. Brammer does fall in the meantime, though. 3 in response. It's going back and forth. This is what we were expecting. SMGs bought, bodies dropped. It's 1 minute 20 on the clock, and just Sanev remains in what will be a 1v2. Nelios and Rez have 2 kills each. One of them could be in trouble. Nelios, he's got his back turned. If he doesn't check this angle, now he takes the fight. He's revealed it. He pulls the cards from his sleeve way too early, and he will go down to a 1-1 split.
Yeah, this is what we expect. Once those SMGs came out in such a flood, it was like, okay, game on time. I thought that Vert nade was going to do so much more. It didn't seem to have the same sort of impact. The trades came through, but I mean, honestly, for Brammer's squad, if they play them, if we see Howard maybe meeting him in this aggressive way, you might see a bit more of a brawly, harder to define game. We know that Howard's team, honestly, in chat before, it was just, Howard's unbound his W key. So it's more that it's, I don't know, pacing-wise what's going to work out, and that's going to sting for Brammer already losing out. Trade is available, though. And it might be go time now for Brammer's squad working further forward, as Howard was.
Damn. Mid-street is going to be a brawl. And so you just leave someone posted up on both attack and defense, it seems. Of course, Howard did meet his maker in Rez.
How much of an angle does Trog have here?
I'm looking at it now. I feel like he's safe as houses.
It's such a dirty little off angle. Look at this.
Like,
how
it's
do you clear
basically
that?
on Rez. It's on Rez. Oh, hang on. Tuna has a chance now. Potential double from Trog. He does manage to get it. Third. Oh, he's so low. Nelios just about overcomes that adversity, but at what cost? His teammates have all fallen.
That was a filthy angle.
How did he get there so quick? I'm reckoning across the rooftops you can get there right up the ladder at spawn.
I really, if he gets another SMG, I want to see that. I don't know if he's going to go for it again, but that was, that's kind of, if you look at Inferno's sort of balcony coming out, it felt very much like that. You can very much deny line of sight. Doesn't go for the same gun, so I feel as though he might switch it up now, but again, SMGs galore. We do have Sanev at least with a bit of a scope weapon. Rez on the other side with the same. Deuce the old Grand out as well. Rammer peeking into it could be a potential problem, and Rez on a very wide peak, almost Call of Ash.
There's a bit of a duel in middle right now. Bremerton and King Howard on either side of the smoke, and Howard does prevail. His own smoke, no less, through it, and then hit the deck. Once he arrived at his location, they were just dropping like flies. Sanif caught Nelios in the street. Bomb for Tuna. He's got himself a Thompson and a Garand. Whether or not he gets a chance to use either of those weapons, well, it looks like it's in the 5 remaining opponents' hands, and no, he does not. Howard shuts him down. We got ourselves a third.
I mean, honestly, if you want to look at how it's playing out, for gun balance, you've just seen rifles doing really well, SMGs doing really well. It seems to have somewhat of a decent balance. Brammer, very unhappy, obviously, about all of this, but that aside, we are seeing at least something quite nice from Howard's team. I don't know if that can change, if it gets exploited down the line. That's just something that, you know, for now we're just seeing working out better for the team who plays this better. But Rez does find Sanif, so that's an entry that you're desperately looking for.
And interestingly enough, they've gone for a double sniper attacking buy. How does this go? Brammer's right at the back. He's looking to try and catch anyone late into that mid street. Oh, and actually Howard could have caught him in transition. He does! Jumping into the Garand. That notorious M1 Garand sound. The ping across the map knows that things have gone wrong.
But it is still a 3v3, and who's the player who's close by to this? It is Howard, so hearing all these steps, seeing all the players, the call for support should be on the way. Gonna try and spam through the door, doesn't quite have the angle, but predicting the players very well. Alex gonna get punished for that sort of insolence. And I think the tag just came through as well. Nelios is the last man alive in a 1v3. This has gone very swiftly. Still healing that HP up. He is in trouble.
Couldn't handle all of that. Howard was applying pressure without even being there. You can actually just wallbang that door, interestingly enough. That's going to make afterplants pretty spicy.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's like, I can't wait to see players who'll sit there. And keep in mind, the high end of this game, we'll sit there and work out good lineups, good spams, ways to approach it every single time. And for now, we're seeing, devs, and credit to the devs, as much as people like to flame them. Have you seen developers of other games play their own games? It is a absolute tragedy watching it happen. And
Yeah,
we're getting
definitely.
to see a good display here from these guys, at least in the fact that they're kind of putting on a show. We get to see how this map's playing out, and you get to see those small kind of finer points where maybe you could see someone of a bigger caliber, higher caliber, really exploit it.
Yeah, absolutely no doubt, and interested to know, I mean, if anyone's going to know angles of a map, it's probably, at the start, the people that made it.
Yeah.
So, watching how these angles are clear. I'm actually nice with Bremerton. I feel like this is giving us a good perspective of the other side of things. He's actually fallen off, so I'm going to swallow my words. But into mid he goes.
Scary amount of angles that are actually able to peek into you on this. There's like 2 or 3 different levels.
Trog has cleared A and come all the way around to shoot Brammer in the side of the skull. That opens everything up.
I mean, doing defaults on a map like this is going to be so paramount because it's so quick to push. If you're on the defending side, it doesn't matter. Just get in their face. It's worth putting a player to it. Why not? If you can get behind them, you're instantly in trouble. It's very, very tricky, I can imagine, for attackers on that very reason, being so close range. But Nelios and Tuna, kind of problem being that Trog is still around, and Trog is behind enemy lines, and Trog is very good at doing this, apparently.
Yep, that's the bomb. And that's the round, unless Nelios manages to connect with this Thompson. He's got so many to find. Let's actually jump in. See where he wants to take this one. Glancing at the bomb, but he knows all too well they've seen it too. Tried to retrieve it and descend, didn't quite manage to master that. But on a second pass, bomb grabbed, and just 10 seconds left. He's going to try and keep this SMG hold. Keep his health, and a nice little staircase prone. A classic shot from the backside though, and we are looking like the prophecy that Howard's team were comfortable on docks is indeed coming true. And
it's got to be frustrating having players like instantly behind you. It's a really good play from Howard's team. I mean, Trog being able to find room to be able to do that is really good. It's good play and being rewarded. That's not a bad thing, but it's got to be so frustrating because you're gonna have to now leave a player back. You're now gonna have to be a little bit more passive, a little bit smarter about it. You can't just kind of heavy lean towards the side, and that's what after you got past the initial picks. But 2 sniper rifles this time for Brammer's squad, so maybe looking to be able to get those early picks. But at the moment, the team against him is getting so close. Sanav already going to take over those markets, spots out Brammer, and a bit of a lean towards B so far, but that doesn't really mean anything. You can still swing around so quickly.
God, the rooftops are so exposed. I hadn't even noticed until I looked at Rez's perspective. You realize that all of that is their only way to get to that Trog spot we saw earlier. That is quite the run. A gauntlet, if you will.
You can see Rez instantly has to now worry about someone who's already pushed up. Trog hasn't done that this time. Nice little shoulder peeks from Rez there. Going to try and keep him at least at bait. Delivery from Brammer finds Sanev, so it's game back on here. We finally have a bit of an advantage building for Brammer's team. Howard, though, and Roadkill still alive.
What can they do with this? On the other side of the map, smoke's going to be deployed to ensure that plant is delivered safely.
Look at
I think
Howard's
he's got an angle. He can just see underneath because it landed on the box. He's got the net. Oh, they both do. Oh, that's going to cause fury if they land. And oh, the shot does. Bomb still goes down though. Brammer makes the call. And they start to dig in. Rez is a big candidate for shutting this one down, but this 2v5 has become a 2v4. Alex shows face. Quick adjustment from Howard, but not able to connect. And there's the sniper. Connects on the Springfield and just roadkill. I mean, I see what they were doing. Playing the disadvantage, they just sat safe and had the lineup for this to stop the plan.
Oh, Roadkill. He's missed it. He's only going to miss the shot.
Rez is going to even give him another fight.
Oh, God, it's the worst thing. Oh, gosh. But still, overall, this is a good answer. This is finally working it back. Maybe getting control of those rooftops with those scopes actually pays dividends.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. For such a small map, I'd say double sniper on the attack seems like a foolish maneuver, but you know what? Second look, you realize just how many fights you're getting before you even have to vie for control of the bomb site. It's been working out quite well. You're almost always seeing first blood down mid. I mean, that could be easily fixed by a couple of smoke grenades, which admittedly are costly. 2 currently in the hands of King Howard's team. And Trog, oh, they come into his domain and he shuts them down. A double spray down on the A attack.
Yeah, Trog's been an incredible presence in this map. Between him and Howard, I guess they've been doing very, very well. Rez is, though, going to find an answer. Punishing Howard, punishing Sanev, putting it into a 3v3, but the problem is, if you want to look at it this way in a very critical eye, Howard's team are left with 2 snipers. But if Rez can continue to get players and punish them for peeking, that's perfectly fine. This is the lack of discipline you'll see in kind of less competitive players, I guess, than if you look at the higher end teams, but it's a bit brutal at the moment.
He's had 3 so far. He's pre-aiming the Trog corner. Smoke to perhaps draw out a peek from Trog. And he does get another one, Trog. He's looking for 4, and he gets 4 in the round. Could this be the ace from Trog? Takes the quad away from Rez and shut down by Alex. An important frag makes it a 1v1. Roadkill left.
He's in the old spot.
Is he in the roadkill spot?
He is. He's still there, but the nade goes a bit too far.
Not quite there. Correct, backs away. Trying to find an after plan position. Looks like he's going to just choose with what he's been given. Vert nades. Was that a vert nade?
Was that a step being heard?
I think you might have heard him.
Alex, turn off Spotify. If you haven't heard this, you're in danger. Roadkill's got a really good idea as to where he is, but shot's given away now, but time is ticking, Alex. I don't know if he's got enough time on this one.
Oh dear, 15 seconds, Roadkill. It's a bad angle for Alex.
Alex,
you can just
what is
hold
this
it.
plan?
Alex, this could be awkward as hell. He's still defusing. Alex saves the day, my goodness. Whoa, 1v2 clutch. But it was, you know, it doesn't have to be beautiful to be good. You know, that's what I tell everyone.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how that applies to anything other than that vert nade. Oh, my goodness. What a clutch. 1v2.
Very nice. I think, looking at the scoreboard, though, 3 rounds to 5, this is far more respectable considering stylistically this clearly isn't what Brammer's team likes, but this is a massive lean towards being a big push towards it. You have 2 players here already. Roadkill is on the side of things. Sanev's over here too. And they're going to leave Rez to just control the back so you don't get those quick flanks coming out from Trog. This is a good counter read, or at least just a, you know, an answer to what was going wrong, but they still have to break through these 2-3 players that are leaning on the B side.
See how far it gets them. Brammer's already shut down 1. Roadkill. Caught out in middle. Brammer has to clear Howard out though. There's one on his right. One over that wall. Gosh, mid is a very valuable tool. You can see that box. It enables you to come behind in that corner we saw Trog in earlier. Howard does shut down Brammer, and things stay level. If he continues his advance, though, he could be punished, and he is. The sniper from Rez is consistent. 11 kills to his name here in round 9.
I'm a bit worried about Nelios. Alex, if Sanev keeps pushing... Oh, he's under the gun. Oh, that's devastating for Sanev. Under the gun, Nelios was crouched, so you just don't get to see it. I had a feeling that if Sanev pushed out and just kind of checked that with the gun a little bit lower just to allow himself the peek, that could have been shut down. That would have been over. That would have been the bomb lost, everyone's kind of out of position, and it'd be down to an even kind of spot.
Bomb down, and only 2 to retake. It does look almost impossible for Ash and Trog, but I think Ash is this win condition here. He comes from behind, and ooh, Rez. It was actually Alex, excuse me. 2 snipers on this team, and that is the end of the round now, where it should be.
Yeah.
Trog was waiting on something that Ash couldn't deliver.
Yeah, without anything kind of giving an avenue in, you might as well just sit back and not peek angles. Oh.
Well, you know,
I was about to say it's like watching you in COD 4, honestly.
excuse me, I was not peeking that often. If I mean, I wasn't saving guns in COD 4, but if I was, that's how I do it.
That is my save style, right there.
Let's see these snipers
What's
off
the
the bat.
buy? Ooh, this could be fast from Howard's team though. We've got 3 SMGs coming out. Let's see what they do with them. So Ash, Howard, and Roadkill all potentially could get aggressive on this.
Ooh, and they indeed are going to meet a sniper very early. It is going to be a bit of a more of an MP44 angle than it is
Oh, Brammer's on the
that
push.
of the SMG, but Brammer is on the push. He's paid somewhat of a price already, tagged up. 75% health and healing. And that's a good
So
pick. They can push off this. The bomb coming in behind him in the hands of Nelios. Brammer silent climbing the ladder. We were talking
Yeah, look at
about
Roadkill though, Alex. He snuck around the back. They gave up mid control for this. They better be prepared for what's coming their way. Roadkill,
That's bomb.
great flank.
Oh, and how was he? No communication as Roadkill has managed to climb a ladder and kill Bramerton from behind. Now the bomb is in his grasp. He's been quiet, but this is his house. We said it before. The Roadkill shelter. Oh, catches him in transition. They know they've retrieved the bomb. That's information. Howard is else fragging elsewhere. That's a sniper taken out of the mix. Just 2 now. Tuna and Alex.
They have to find picks. They've got to bring this to a 2v2. That is on the checklist, and there's the first opportunity, and it slips by the wayside. Howard takes down Alex, and you're left with Tuna in a 1v3, and already the bait is there. Tuna is in trouble. Let's get the tag, but no frag. Ash closes down, and the SMG investment clearly paying dividends.
6-4 the score. On the door. That is the law. There we go. I couldn't think of anything else to rhyme.
Does this
It's
come
more-
into your, like, role-playing,
Yeah.
cosplay sort of thing?
Yeah, I'm so glad that you identify that. I do see more SMGs. 4 of them, to be specific. Where on earth is King Howard taking these? Looks like a 3-man B lean, 2 down A. If they keep running down A, I'm going to be very excited. Look at this. Trog charging. He's going to meet Bramerton very early on. This time the SMG prevails, and you can see what that's caused.
Ash
this
is
the
still here.
catalyst in a fast plant, but Ash...
Oh, they haven't checked.
They haven't checked it, and it could do damage. Howard's nade connects on the bomb. They are still trying to get it down. Ash did go down, as does the bomb.
A bomb planted now. This is going to be a tough retake. They have the SMGs, but 0 positioning for it with this sort of just insane rush. I don't think you get out of it, and they're not. Rez fighting the knife on Roadkill means that Howard needs to just prone down and stay alive. This would be a very brave move to go for. Maybe he's feeling... Oh, he just...
Got the dream set up. Sniper SMG.
I know.
But 25 seconds, he just doesn't want to lose it. Does find an angle onto Rez. Leaps from the rooftops, wants to clear all those angles. Shots from behind as well. Pre-fire not going to find anything, and he's got so many angles to check. Respect for having a good go, but it will be 5-6. That was a fast one. Straight up. That was the quickest route to A we've seen. It wasn't a direct line. You go up mid. A degree of control given to them by Rez, so he can just hold that mid peak. It's either smoked or he can hold it. And then you just shove those SMGs up that mid lane towards A. It looked quick, and Trog was there, just not quite ready.
I also think it helps out. I think people are noticing, especially the nades being adjusted from being with such sort of like a fatality or like a damage spread, it's just nowhere near as much. You have to be quite accurate or on point. So imagine this with the old nades would be pretty brutal. We do see again lots of aggression coming out, and Brahma actually delivering on this.
Shut down from behind though, can't cover all those angles at once. Ash does get a double kill from that power position for holding sight and supported by Trog. That's a very scary crossfire. If you want to peek one, you're exposed to the other. Ooh, res Scarpers. A smoke to guise his escape, but Roadkill there lying in wait for another round for his team. Back and forth we go. 7-5.
Yeah, and I want to see what happens kind of when we switch things around. Weird actually seeing 5-7 being the half. After casting CS for so long, like, my brain will always think at 5-7, I'm like, oh, half time, and then it's not, and I'm like, yes, Lauren. Good job.
9-6, 9-6, 9-6.
Yeah. But,
5-7 halves.
That's a good half. That's what you want to be seeing. I mean, for Brahma's team, this is kind of surprising, considering they said they were absolute garbage at this. And we see the investments for Howard's team going towards a sniper rifle, the SMG from Brahma's, so a little bit of a different approach.
They spent their coins. Shotgun as well. Take note of that one in the hands of Brahma.
Oh, yeah.
Rest on the default. Ooh, a slow, methodical pace gets Trog. Yeah, he's got all the way up
Brahma,
to the A site.
Alex, he could do a great deal from here if he plays this correctly, but Brahma being Brahma just flies in. He could have played that with patience, potentially peeked it, potentially given info, maybe peeked on one, but he decides to give his life for the sake of Trog. And now, 3v3, it's still up in the air.
And the bomb's still not down. It's loose on A site. This makes it somewhat of a brawl. They're locked in middle. Howard with the sniper trying to push in and try and support this bomb plant. Perhaps he's the best for the job. And now the bomb goes in. Sanev and him. Nelios is starting his advance. He saw a glimpse. And now the fight does focus entirely on Nelios to the right. God, it's not the weapon he would have wanted for this job. Can mantle, I believe. Yep, climbs up.
Got potential, but he's got to get one for free almost. I just don't see that happening. Howard's position is sweaty as hell. Sanev's maybe a little bit more readable, but...
He could catch it here. He has to check the site. And that's going to be a free 1v1. I say 1v1. Howard doesn't choose to peek. Doesn't clear it, though. And Howard... Oh,
did he hear this?
He must have. He's firing the shot. Switches to the sidearm. He's only got 8 bullets. He has to connect all of them. 8 seconds. Starts to defuse and accepts his fate. And
yeah,
so
Howard sitting on the side there was...
What's the score?
8-5.
Thanks, man. I'm looking at the scores on the doors, rather. So 17 for Howard. He's been slaying. Comfortable across all these maps. And another
Big
sniper.
Tuna. Come on, Big Tuna. We want a big round.
Yeah.
Get off that one frag. We want to see more from...
I mean, tunas are quite intimidating creatures, so...
Really?
Yeah, they're huge, man. I was quite scared when I saw a tuna in real life. I was like, he's
How many
massive.
fake tunas do you look at on the internet?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying real tunas. Okay, yeah, you've got a point. But I mean, usually it's like, it's kind of sliced up, it's in a tin. When they're swimming in the sea, those things are glorious and intimidating.
And I love the way his display picture looks very much like those glorious, intimidating creatures.
It does. Brahma's got another one onto Howard. He's not going to expect Roadkill playing the waiting game up there. And so a 2v2. Bomb. Just out of Roadkill's grasp.
I need to get moving on this. They look scared.
They really do. I mean, they've got time to play with. I don't blame them.
Oh. Tuna with either a desk pop or an ambitious shot on the cross. Maybe bait a little bit of attention towards him, hoping maybe Nelios works off the back of it, but Nelios is not moving.
Oh, that's a huge frag from Tuna. That's his second. Could he get a third? Just Roadkill to find up top. Caught a glimpse of him. Didn't quite connect and chooses to opt for one extra bullet there with the reload.
Alex, I'm going to be honest with you. Nelios is the world's biggest beta so far, and he actually dies for it. Tuna already made contact. I don't know if the comms are off, but Tuna's actually done pretty well here. That's a tag. Here's the ping of the clip, but oh, the final bullet. That's all he needed.
So close. Look at that HP bar. Roadkill tagged, but manages to survive and bring home 9. Closest round we've had so far. Most have been relatively convincing, but this one That M1 Garand, man. Up close.
I'm so garbage with the Garand.
Me too. I really can't handle the not being able to reload thing.
It drives me insane.
I want to be. I don't want to have to fire 4 bullets into the floor. Not my style. In the meantime, Alex is lucky to get away with his life. Tagged on the cross, but that's going to be a call nonetheless. And 2 defenders already set up. Rez up close. He's actually taking these fights early.
Sadly losing out on those fights as well, but the trade is there at least. We see Brammer kind of running amok, pushing up a little aggressively. No surprises really, but he does get some good ground gained. Let's keep tabs across the map though, as Howard's squad a little bit slower on the play. Not too surprising. They like to take the time, a bit more methodical. Brammer being a nuisance though, keeping control of this side of the map. If he can get one more, he has done more than enough.
Where's that bomb at? The king himself, equipped with the explosive device, and he leans towards A. Only really Alex the immediate threat, playing with that MP44 right at the back. He can't necessarily contest that plant. Feels like a wide open sight really. Tuna, a presence from middle. You can always climb over the wall. The bomb plant comes in and Ash springs to life. Gets 1, gets 2. Cancels the plant though. Gives Brammer a little bit more time to...
Brammer's actually going off right now. Like, he's just played that really well. I don't know if he's going to do any more, but he controlled that entire side of the map, and sadly, the rest of his team couldn't quite withstand the push. But credit where it's due, he played that situation incredibly well. But I do feel as though them pushing towards Nelios could be their downfall. If Brammer checks this well, the timing could be a disaster, and it is. I don't see the trade for Nelios. He does at least get back in with a tag coming through. That nade to try and clear out the corner, but Howard, we know he's come under pressure. I don't know what his afterplant spot is this time, though.
It's wide open in the street. He's already tagged him up. 18 seconds. He gets on the defuse. Oh, but Howard, he can peek off the roof. He should be able to peek off the roof, and he does. Closes it down with a 10-5. I was about to say half, but this is not the case.
Counter-Strike. It's
Counter-Strike.
ruined us all.
It really has.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get in this groove, though. I'm going to talk about Counter-Strike for a couple of days, and then this is released, and I'm fragging. I'll see you guys on the
Vanilla
Face It.
comes out.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's August. I got loads of time.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, don't want to get you too excited too early. God forbid they'd give you actual access to it.
Ooh.
Oh dear, Alex would be missing. 5 to 10. Brammer's team still plenty of potential to catch back up, but they do need to start getting the rounds on the board now. They've been getting close, but close is not good enough. We need to see a little bit of stopping power here. There's already Sanev is left with the bomb, and there's the trade back in. Good work from Brammer again. He's doing early damage, and sadly, that may not be enough.
And Trog catches Alex. So the numbers do favour Team King Howard, both in grand scheme and in this round at hand. Charging in, it's going to be Sanev and Ashdav. They do manage to convert. And by clearing the corners, they do feel safe to try and get that bomb down. Contest will come out from Nelios and Tuna. Good connection from Tuna. He's coming from the back line, takes Trog out of the high ground. Nelios, he's just got their eyes turned away from him, but this is not the weapon for that kind of fight.
Nelios knew the second he shot that he was kind of done for, and Howard's moving in towards a position probably to put him down. The tag's there towards Sanev, but for old Nelios, it feels like a matter of time for him to be picked up, and the bomb
Next time he shows his head, yeah, he's gone.
Oh, look at Howard. Look how hungry he's being. He's literally jumping the roofs to be able to do this. Is there a knife coming in, or is he going to just Batman off the roof on him?
Oh, he was having a
There
go.
it was. There was an attempt. We're almost there. This could be almost win time. We're getting very close to it.
We certainly are. And looking at the coins as well, there isn't really a great deal that Team Bremerton have to play with. It's going to be MP44, MP40. The car, though, for Brammer, haven't seen too much of this weapon. It is a personal favourite of mine, both in aesthetic and just railgun-esque one taps. Towards the A site, he takes it. Bomb's on its way there too. He does have to deal with the threat of the sniper, and Ash has got the angle.
He does, and that's really a two-player loss out. Losing out on Rez and Brammer at the start is pretty hefty. Rez has been pretty good in the last couple of maps, but not quite having the same sort of impact. Tuna trying to get something done. Trog says no, that's his second this round. And make it a third, why not? We're down to just one man standing. It's Alex, and it looks like Howard is just tightening the noose at this point, as this will be round 12 on the board unless Alex does something heroic.
He's got a sniper trained on him and he jumps into its loving embrace. Scope car brings Ash another frag and his team, the 12th, 1 round away, match point, and they are so set. Look at them. Every single player has a secondary weapon. Apart from Trog. I'm so sorry, Trog. I'm really sorry, man.
Why have you done that?
I thought I had it right. I thought I'd nailed it. I didn't see that pistol. But everyone's rocking a scary secondary.
Yeah, it's the last chance here for Brammer's team. Let's see if they can get anything done. Any early picks going to come off this? I don't think there is, really. As the team's desperately trying to make it towards A. What is this stack coming out? Is this some sort of madness? We've got 5 players all towards A, Alex.
We keep losing A, guys. What should we do? Stack it. That's the call. And, I mean, it's going to pay off unless King Howard, the only player leading slightly towards A, perhaps Trog, tries to push in and get that info.
If anything, this might help. Encouraging someone to go forward. Oh, no, that's gone terribly wrong. Losing out on Nelios was meant to be kind of the... Oh, it's all falling apart. How has Roadkill found 2 from this spot? It was such a good idea, Alex. It's all falling apart.
Yeah, they had the numbers there, just didn't manage to connect the shots. Brammer on the rooftops. He wants to be unannounced. He wants to be quiet. He wants to close the gap and does so. 2 snipers. This isn't impossible. They're going to be having the pressure to put that bomb down. 45 seconds. Tuna, all he has to do is stay alive and wait for Brammer and plucked from the air with a great little quick scope from Ash. And that could be it. Yep. See you later, Alligator. Your victors of this little show match are Team King Howard.